Hey guys, welcome back. Today is going to be part 3, part 4, whatever we're at, of this new electrical project with bringing power to the gazebo and redoing stuff on my tower I built. In the first video, we did all the conduit, piping stuff underground, doing EMT, PVC. In the second part, we pulled all of the wire, and now we are going to be actually splicing stuff and terminating devices and finishing up this project, I hope. We left off with pulling wire up to here where it's getting power. The fire alarm is all pulled into that strobe. And we pulled down here. Still got a splice fire alarm and power down there. Then we run under the ground. Then we've got to splice power right here and install some devices. Install receptacle up there, and we've got to splice together our fire alarm over here and splice our power, and up here we got to terminate our power to some devices and our fire alarm to the pull station again. And then we got to take down this. You always connect to your source, which is up there last on, so we'll do that with our fire alarm and our power. So let's start with the easy, like splicing all of this stuff down here together. Alright, let's start by splicing this fire alarm together here. So this is our line.
So I'm going to start with splicing the fire alarm. So this is our line side here. I'm going to strip this back here. Just going to store it and crack that outer insulation.
And now, even though we're not going to be using all the colors right now, I'm going to splice them all together. And that this guy can get cut back to about right here. I'm going to take our green ground wire from this one. This will be what bonds our box. I'm going to strip it back a little. Right there. All right, there we go. All of this can get cut down shorter.
And then I'm just going to strip everything.
All right, there's everything stripped. Now I'm going to just splice all of the colors together. I have all my morettes ending up pointing upwards. Therefore, if any water gets in here, it's not going to pool in the morettes. Go over like that. That should be good. Now let's splice the 120 volt stuff. So I'm going to do the same thing with our ground here. Just instead of pigtailing it, I'll just do this. Now all of these can all get cut back to the same length. We've got at least 6 inches from the front of the box, probably about 8 from the back. There we go. Splice the grounds together. All right, there's all of that, and I'll again tuck that up so all our morettes stick upwards and where it's not going to get, where our conductors aren't going to get sliced into by the screw on our cover plate. Speaking of cover plates, I'll put those on now. These are the wet location cover plates made to go on rab boxes like these. As you see, we've got a foam gasket, which is a good thing. The foam gasket will just go on there like that. Can poke through the foam gasket. Poke through the hole in the foam gasket made for the screws. Just like that, and we'll have the writing on it face upwards to make sure it's readable. Very important you use the foam to keep water out of there. I mean, water may still find its way in there, but it'll help. Now we've moved on to over here. And this is where we're going to have a receptacle down here and a switch. The receptacle down here will be always on, and the switch will control a receptacle up there, which will only be on when the switch is on, and that will be for some lights to plug in. First of all of these grounds have to get all tied together. So I'm going to pigtail this one here. So I'm going to snip. I'm going to push everything to the back, snip everything off at the same spot. Now we need a ground pigtail, so I'll take this guy here, strip off the end, put a loop in it, and that will go under this grounding or bonding screw right there, clockwise of course.
Now strip all these grounds.
I've got this ground pigtail to go to our receptacle. Our switches don't need it because they're installed in a metal box, which is bonded. So we only need to bond the receptacle. All those guys are in the same spot. I'll twist all of those up. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's okay, we can still use these, my blue morettes I always use. I can do up to 5 number 14s. This guy here is our line in. This here is our switch to our receptacle, and here is our line out. So is what we're going to do here is I'll strip our line and our load. But then I need a pigtail to our receptacle. Now we're going to get to our devices. So I'm going to have a receptacle on this side here and a switch on this side. It will need a neutral and a ground. And all of these will get looped to go around the terminal screws. I don't ever use backstabbing, it's not a reliable connection. We'll do our ground terminal first. Clockwise as usual. We'll do our neutral. Put in our other screw so it's not hanging out there trying to touch something. And we'll do our hot side right there. Same with that hot terminal. Put it in so it's not all trying to touch stuff. There's that guy. I'll wrap it in tape once I'm done with the other one. And then here's our line side, or the side that's always on, to our switch. And our switch uses the plates, which I am okay with using the plates. The plates are still solid. It's the little backstab method where you just got that little tiny piece of wire or piece of metal making contact, which I don't like. There's our load side. So with our switch here, I always put my load on the bottom. That's just me. Make sure there's not any insulation under there, but there also make sure there's not a whole bunch of bare conductor exposed. Tighten that guy down. And our load side here. Install that guy on there. Coil that guy up. And that guy can coil up like this. Before I screw them on, I'm going to tape it up. Screw both of these guys in. Here's our in-use cover. Now I went with a brown one. I know it doesn't match the box. It will match the top box. So I got a smaller brown one, and I could get a brown rab box, but I couldn't get a brown double gain rab box. So still better than nothing being brown, though. It will still match the poles better. There's all our stuff that fell out for now. I'll put the door on right now. There we go, pin is set. Now this guy, you can't screw your receptacles and devices in all the way because this guy's got to slip over top of the screws. I don't really like the design of these, but I don't know how you could do it differently, really. I'm now gonna work on this guy up here. Loop them all. Neutral. And the hot. Wrap them in tape. Well, this turned out annoying. As you can see, I can't fully fit it on. All right, it looks kind of stupid because it won't sit properly, but I can't move the thing over now any. It's not like it's gonna get rained on because the roof is there, so it's well sheltered from the rain, so it'll be fine. It just more bugs me that it looks kind of funny, but I guess it's hard to notice. Maybe, I don't know. Whatever, I'll move on for now. So for my pull station here, I'm going to use the blue and brown wire because that's what I'm using in the shed. So there's our blue and brown wire. Everything else is not going to get used, and I'm just going to put it back in the back of the box. I don't have a bonding screw either up here, but it is bonded through the pipe. Not that that matters, as this is just for demonstration. Everything on the tower is now tied in. Now I'm just going to add these to this receptacle. Now I don't need everything GFCI protected, so I'm just gonna put it on the load side of this GFCI. I'll show you what I mean once I got this done here. There we go, we're all wired up there. All we're on the load side of the GFCI. So everything over here is protected now. So I'm gonna put this guy back on and then I'll get to the fire alarm. We're all reinstalled up there, so now I'm going to turn the breaker on, see if it blows up. Our GFCI is tripped. Uh-oh. Well, I guess we got a ground fault somewhere. Okay, as you can see now, power's on. The GFCI got reset. It was just, I think it was a wire that was pinched under it. So I just redid all that and made sure nothing was pinched, and now it's fine now. I think that's what the issue was, which is good. Easy fix. So power's on right now. I should be able check all of this stuff. Now that our power is all tied in, it's time to do the fire alarm. So I'm going to take down our strobe out here, and I'm also going to take off the mounting bracket just because it'll give us a lot more room to work with. What are you doing?
Here we've got our strobe, obviously. And then right here is our zone going out with the habit resistor in there right now to keep power out of trouble. There we go, we went into another trouble. That was just to keep it happy while we had it disconnected.
As you see now, we have an open trouble. So all our spare conductors, I'll just tuck back in the back here. Face my wire nuts up as usual. We can go look. System normal, that's good to see. Let's give everything a test now. Let's test our receptacles. Start with this bottom one. Correct wiring. And switch is off, so we shouldn't have anything up here. Open hot, turn on the switch, correct wiring, and we can test that the GFCI will trip. Yes, it did. Reset. And I know everything's working up there as I didn't alter any of the wiring, and our security cameras are working, and our infrared light is working, so I'm pretty confident that everything is working correctly up there. And all this seems to work. I suppose I'll test our fire alarm pull station up there too, make sure that's working. This key, I'm not sure if it's going to work because I just cut this one myself earlier. So I wanted another key to it, and I ordered some Schlage blanks, so I cut one myself. That's open, but if we lock it, I want to see if it will work. That's locked. Yeah, seems to work good. Should open this padlock find too this Amos padlock. I like these Amos padlocks since you can rekey them with Schlag cylinders, as you can see. If it'll let me back out. I need more hands for this. There we go. I hear it, so it seems to be working. I gotta take this all down here. Let me tell you, that thing hurts when it hits you on the head. How does this thing work? Alright, there we go. Homemade key actually works out okay. Not homemade, it's a key blank I just bought. I bought 50 of them. But I cut it myself, is what I'm trying to say. I've always wondered that, if it'll just let you reset. It won't, you gotta silence it first. Well guys, that is about it for this video and this series of videos. If you enjoyed these videos, make sure to hit the thumbs up button and give it a like. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe if you're interested in my videos and want to see more like them. If you got any comments or questions, make sure to leave those down in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching.